So I'm doing this video, guys, to talk about healing. It has been a random video. I want to talk about healing. And I'm talking about the healing that will happen after you have gone through narcissistic abuse. You have been through narcissistic abuse. Now, this is probably something you don't want to hear. It may be difficult for you to hear, but I'm going to say it the way it is. It is going to be hard. So the things, what many people may not tell you, it is going to be difficult to heal. It is going to be hard. There is so much work going to be done. And it is going to require you a lot of patience. It is going to, first of all, require you to understand why are you trying to heal in the first place? Okay? Why are you trying to heal? Because you may not have done anything previously. If you could have been in, let's say, for example, toxic relationships, you may not have been able to do the healing. You could have been going in circles again and again, one toxic person after the other one. Now, you need to first of all understand that you have gone through this abuse, and this experience has also brought a lot of things to the surface. There's a lot of things that will come to the surface that you will start to recognize about yourself. One of the things you're going to recognize about yourself is the reason as to why you ended up in that toxic relationship in the first place. Why did you end up with that person? How did you guys run into those toxic people? What was the problem? And you're going to understand that you need to try not to look at the person or the people that you've been dating. You have got to do the inner work. You go inside of you and look inside of yourself. Because you see, those people did not just come out of the blue. That's what it looked like, is what you thought. They did not come out of the blue. Those people was attracted to something in you that you have been struggling with, you have never healed, and they came in to feed off of that wound. So when you leave a toxic relationship, that is where now you're going to sit down by yourself, okay? It is usually advisable that if you want to stop a pattern, that kind of pattern of attracting toxic people, you need to first of all sit down with yourself and understand, why have you been attracting these toxic people? Because you're going to recognize the pattern. You will go back in years and you will see that these people have been coming in and out of your life. You wasn't just simply aware of it. So you come to the awareness that you have actually been attracting these toxic people in your life. So what you now do is you put everything to a hold. We're talking about dating, so we're not talking about rebounds. You're not going to go into rebounds, because those rebounds, we all know that they will never work out. It's just going to be a matter of time before you're going to figure out that simply you have just run into the next toxic person. So you are going to put everything to a stop. Now that is when you sit down with yourself and you do some reflection. So you want to go in, you want to go inside of you, you want to go within. You want to know, what can you do to change this pattern? What can you do to break this cycle? And now you're able to look at yourself, because a lot of empaths, many empaths have not had the time to heal themselves. So there could have been things that you was dealing with. It could have been probably something to do with codependency, trauma. Probably you was coming from a difficult family. A lot of things have happened along your journey, and you have got some wounds. There could be childhood wounds that you've been dealing with, and those are the ones that you need to start healing. Now, when you identify those things that you believe and you feel you need to heal, it is also very important for you to understand that it is you who is going to do the work. A lot of times we are here for guidance. You know, at the end of the day, of course, you're going to need some guidance. You may call a coach, you may book a session with somebody or whatever, and you're going to need some guidance. But the only thing the coach is going to do, or the therapist, or whatever you may decide to go for your help, the only thing they're going to do is to guide you. Okay, so they're going to point out a few things that you probably need to deal with. Okay, they may tell you that, listen, this is what is going on. There is a wound here, there is a wound there. Maybe this is what you need to, first of all, work on and stuff like that. They may start to show you a little bit of things that you probably need to work on yourself. Now, there's a difference between guidance, because those people are going to guide you, but they are not going to do the work for you. They are going to guide you. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, in the beginning of my journey, you have no idea how many coaches I used to watch, how many videos I watched, because I had to find every possible way to get out of that energy. I couldn't deal with that energy no more. I had to do everything to make sure that I get out of that energy. So I had to watch a lot of coaches, advice here. I got a lot of hints from different people. So then I would realize now that it was me. I got the guidance, okay? It's like, for example, the teacher will come and teach you. You're in class, so the teacher will come and teach you the whole stuff you need to know, the syllabus and stuff like that. And the teacher is going to walk out, but you're the one who's going to sit the exam. Now, when you're sitting the exam, you are simply implementing those things that you have learned from the teacher. What has the teacher told you? So now the exam is coming, and now you are kind of putting those things on paper. So you are sitting the exam yourself. It's not the teacher who's going to sit the exam. You know what I mean? So what I do mean by this, and this is the brutal truth, it is the honest truth, you are the one going to do the healing. You are the one going to do the work. Okay? Nobody else is going to come in to help you do the healing on yourself. You will get the guidance, but you are the one who is going to do the work. Now, there's also something else I want to talk about, and that is the ability to recognize these patterns. Because you see, these cycles that you've been going through, one toxic person after the other one, those were cycles. The reason why you was repeating those cycles is because you wasn't able to recognize them. Even if you would recognize those patterns, you didn't know what you needed to do to break those patterns. So when you have taken a step to heal, you need to sit down with yourself and recognize what exactly was going on. Who are these people? Why are they been coming into your life? So you recognize the patterns. Not only do you recognize the patterns, you also need to accept that situation, understand it for what it is, see it for what it is, okay? Sometimes it's very difficult because, you know, you're a nice person, so, you know, sometimes you want to give people a benefit of the doubt. A person will walk into your life, you will see a red flag, you see the second one, you see the third one, and you'll be like, okay, maybe, you know, this person can change, or maybe we can fix something. So you've been figuring out that you could stay because you believed that you could fix the situation at some point. But you're now realizing that there's nothing you could do. So see people for who they are. Really, really understand the red flags. When a person shows you the first time, okay, it could be a coincidence or it could be a mistake or something, but the second time is not a mistake. That means that you're dealing with a toxic person. Really see this person for who they are, and you need the ability. To have the ability, you have got to train yourself to release these people. Let them go. So don't try to sit around for too long, you know, trying to fix a person, trying to fix their problems, the stuff they've been dealing with you don't even know about. You need to understand that you have got to work on yourself. And to be able to do this, you need to see people for who they are, and you need to have the ability to release this kind of individuals. You know what I mean? Now, healing, like I said, is a very long journey. I just thought that I would give you a little bit of hints, the things that you really need to know when you are going to embark on this journey of healing, because I've got a roadmap. For the most of you guys who have sessions, who have had sessions with me, you know this roadmap that we use to go through all these steps one by one. When you have actually decided to start on that journey, there's a roadmap to do that healing, to make it happen. But you're going to have to make the decision. Because you see, when you can't decide, it somehow means that you haven't learned some lessons about loving yourself. Because if you do love yourself, then you also understand that you deserve better. You need better, you deserve better. So you're not going to sell yourself short because you're lonely, You need somebody around you. You need to be in a relationship. So you cannot sell yourself short and running into toxic people because you're afraid or you're uncomfortable with taking time off and being by yourself and focusing on yourself. So chosen ones really, really need to understand this. You really need to understand that it's going to be hard. It's a very long journey. It's a very long process. Believe me, the guys of you who have been with me in these sessions, you know the entire journey of healing, how it goes. This thing can even take some time. It can take years. So when you hear people who are healing and they tell you that they have not been dating for 2 years, maybe a year or two, maybe 3, you need to understand that those people, they have decided, they have chosen to go inside of them and do the inner work. They have taken the decision to do the inner work because a lot of beautiful things happen when you have allowed yourself to heal. There's a lot of beauty that comes with this healing, you know. A lot of these things include peace, you know. Your body heals at all levels, physically, spiritually. You start attracting good people, beautiful souls into your life. You meet your purpose, you find your purpose, you have got more meaning in life. You understand what they call self-love. You have understood that it's very important for you to love yourself. You know what I mean? So make the decision, is what I'm trying to say. Just do the decision, make the decision. Make the decision, ladies and gentlemen, and stick to that decision. One of the things I realized was very difficult. The thing that I struggled with in the early days of my journey was loneliness. I had to go and do the work. There was nobody else who was going to do that work for me. So I had to go and do the work. It was very lonely. It was a very lonely process. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of beauty that comes with that healing process. When that healing happens, there's a lot of beautiful things that are happening at the other side. There's another life waiting for you on the other side, but you have got to start with the decision. Let the distractions go. Be very careful of where you're getting help, because sometimes it doesn't mean that you always have to go and get help from everywhere you can get it. Yes, you might be selective of the people that are helping you. If you want to watch these coaches or these other YouTube channels and stuff like that, understand where those people are coming from energetically. Do they have the experience? Have they been there? You know, discern between the coaches, because sometimes you may struggle to heal because you are getting information from sources that don't even have an experience with narcissistic abuse. So understand who is helping you is very, very important. Recognize the patterns, recognize the cycles, accept these things for what they are, see these people for who they are, and you need to close some doors. Do not open those doors and let those people come in, okay? Shut them out and let them out of your life. Then now you're going to create that space that you need to heal yourself. So like you guys already know, I usually have coaching sessions where we talk about healing. So if a person who hasn't yet started your journey, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to bring to you all the steps and methods you need. If you have decided, that is if you have taken the decision to start. You can only contact me if you have chosen, if you have really decided, you know 100% you have decided to take on this healing journey. Get in touch with me. I'm going to take you through the entire healing process and what you need to do to heal yourself as an empath. So you guys drop us a comment, let us know what you think. You know I do love and appreciate your support. You may book a session, you may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.